What's up everybody, my name is Ryan Cow, and today we're using Lightroom to edit these 5 photos into these. But before we get started, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to get more content like this, and it really does help us out over here. So without further ado, let's hop into Lightroom. Alright, so now that we're in Lightroom, we can start the edit of our 5 photos. Okay. Let's see, so this is our first photo here, and the first thing that I'm going to do is actually head over to my presets, and I think we're going to pick something from our Moody preset here. Don't worry, I'm going to be showing you guys everything that I do here, and we're pretty much going to be probably changing all of the settings anyways. So you can go ahead and be watching that as well. Like, all of this stuff will be changed, and you get to watch me change it all according to what I want. And for these 5 pictures, we're all going to be using a preset from this kind of theme here. I made these, and we're basically just using these because it'll speed up this process and it'll give like a theme to all these 5 pictures. So that'll be nice. That'll be nice. And let's just get started here. I'm kind of liking. Let's see. I think I should name these. They're just numbered right now. It kind of makes it hard to actually know what's what. But anyways, first and foremost, we definitely need a crop there just because this should be a straight image and I failed to do that in camera. Okay, that looks great to me. Play with these here. Amazing. I want to push these whites up. It's amazing. Cool. All right, our clarity may be a little higher for me. It's a little higher for me. And I do want to bring this saturation down and make it actually more vibrant. Keep it less there. But I do want to take out some of this saturation here. So this, our tone curve, this is fantastic because so much can be done here. This is a very powerful tool. But it is also a very difficult tool to really use. Most of the time what people will be doing are going to be giving the tone curve, these S curves, and this is normally what gives us more of a contrasted look here. We don't want to go too insane here. We don't want to go too insane here, but I do enjoy the idea of crushing our blacks as opposed to non-crush backs. These look great, they look nice and sharp and rich, but I think I'm kind of liking this faded, crushed black right there. I like that. Okay, let's go into our colors here. Let's see. There is not really any green in this picture, I don't believe. If you guys don't know already, there's this cool little button over here that you can go over your hue, saturation, or luminance. It's the same for all of them. And you can bring this down here and you can go to whatever color you want. And if you see on the side here, it's highlighting right over whatever I color. It's gonna go ahead and change, right? So I'm actually fine with these colors here. There's not really any greens in there. There's only orange and reds in here. I think I'm fine with leaving some of these here. I don't want those to go too yellow. I like them being over here. And again, I don't want things to be too yellow. I want them to be nice and orange, right? And there is not really blue in this image. You can see over here, this is a blue, obviously. I'm foolish and I didn't know. But we do have to be careful. Oh, sorry, this is image here too. We have to change that. Okay, that's probably fine. Leave it as is. I don't want to change that too much. That's totally fine. And if anything, these blues, they're pulled down quite a bit. What they normally should be is up here. That's a lot of blue. So I do like it pulled down here. And there is also aqua in here too. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that down too. I just want a little bit of this blue sitting back in there. Right? So let's see, we've taken down the luminance here. Let's go ahead and actually keep things on the lighter side. I like that. Let's see, we can go ahead and I think I do want more yellows in there. Make this bulb punch out a little bit more. Okay, this is a fantastic tool, color grading. This is recently new actually to Lightroom 2. This is in a fairly new update, maybe within the easily within the past year. But this is fantastic because it adds actually it adds midtones. They only used to have shadows and highlights before. But anyways, let's move on with our edit here. I do want to keep some blues in the dark there, and while that's kind of low, I do want to move this over to 10. And we can really start seeing this color in here. I think I'm going to keep this maybe a darker blue because I think over on this side we're going to keep this yellowy orange color. Definitely got to bring this up. I even want to push this, ooh, dare I say 17, 18? Ooh, that's a little much. No, I think I'm gonna sit it right at 15. I think that's looking beautiful. Here we can actually see the difference of adding that on. Add just that little bit of film color on that. I love that. Okay, no noise in there, whatever. Transformation, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So this is kind of what we're coming out to. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. There are some things I want to continue to add to this. How about a vignette? Definitely, let's not go inverted, all right? Actually, this is where I normally like to start. I start at -0.3. This is always like, it's a good start. It's not too much, it's not too little. I think, honestly, I'm probably gonna leave it that. I might add more to that, and because our lights come from that direction, we're gonna actually go ahead and add just a tad bit more light there. Let me go on 0.3, that's fine with me. And this isn't looking bad to me. I actually think in our, oh my goodness, our radial filter here, our vignette, we actually might even be able to go down to 0.4. That's not looking bad to me either. Maybe even, if we go, see the thing is that vignette, simply just we want to pull our eyes toward a certain thing and we want to pull it towards this barber pole, and if we go too much, it gets a little too dramatic. I think -0.4 is what we're going to go with. And that definitely brings our eyes a lot more to this barber pole, because if we don't, then it does make sense because it is in focus, but I think it again draws a little bit more attention to the barber pole as opposed to looking too off at this. I don't know what that sign says, but you don't want to be looking at that sign when you're looking here. We do have some leading lines, which are great to have, and that's kind of helping you bring your eye over here, which is fantastic. But I think the radial filter is great because, again, it's bringing you a little bit closer in, or it's drawing your eyes a little bit closer into that. Okay, so I think this is fantastic. I think I am decently happy with that, actually. I'm liking that. I'm liking this, the blue and the shadows and the orange. That's fine. That kind of bluish orange feel, that's fine with me. But it's very desaturated. I like that, and it's got vibrance and clarity to it. I like that. I like that. Again, our blacks are nice and crushed, and these bright whites, I'm enjoying that. I really am enjoying that. Okay, cool. So let's go on to our next one here. Okay, this is a interesting picture. I think the first thing that we're gonna do is maybe do a little cropping. I think let's go ahead and lock things. Hold shift. We can lock things in here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and let's just keep it there for now. Okay, number one thing we need to do is let's change our temperature, right? Okay, whoa. And let's go into a preset that we're kind of feeling like, maybe somewhere around, oof, I think I might be feeling, I really should name these. I think I'm gonna actually start with 13 here. I don't know if there's gonna be too much craziness going here. So this is actually really interesting. There's a texture on it, and I never realized that there's texture on it. We can actually go ahead and see if we can highlight that, maybe actually a little bit more. Okay, so I love having this big dark contrast in there. It makes things feel a little dark, real moody. Same thing with the other one. I'm gonna bring up that vibrance, but we are gonna take a lot of that color out, there. And again, no, I think actually we're gonna keep our clarity up there. Sorry, I'm bouncing around a little bit here. Whites, I love those. Right. We don't have to go too bright here because our whites are taking care of those. It's really brightening up the picture. And these blacks, we really are gonna pull these down. Because as the other one before, we're gonna kind of create the same tone curve as the other one. We don't wanna get too crazy here. Keep our brights bright. Okay, give us a little bit more crushing in the blacks here. Okay, also knowing this that there is some grain in this one. So we're gonna go in and maybe deal with that a little bit more. And I think what we should also do is So this is called the aspect or angle straightening tool. This is fantastic. You literally just get lines and you line it up with the horizon or what should be straight. I'll go ahead and give you a little straighten, and that is better. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is actually change these greens, because the greens have chosen to be rather one of the main colors in this picture because the sign is green. So actually what I do want to go in here and change, okay, what is this color? It happens to be a bluish color, interesting. I want to go ahead and add a little more saturation to that, and actually I can pull this to sit a little bit more on the green side. I want it to be green. Okay, but a lot of things as well, I do want to pull down a lot of saturation in a lot of places. So out here, it's blue and greens all over this picture. Let's go ahead and try and take out some of these greens in the picture. Let's see, maybe I can calibrate. Okay, fantastic. That's what's gonna help us out just a tad bit there. Okay, can go ahead and pull these out. Put that in. Okay, and it's gonna go ahead and give us back the colors that we want there. And it's not gonna troll me too hard there. Okay, I'm liking, now this is looking better. I'm not looking significant anymore. Maybe just a little bit more brightness. And I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is, okay, so there's no grain there, then we're gonna go ahead and take it out. Right, don't wanna make things too soft because there is a great texture on there and we don't wanna be too harsh on that. And let's see, let's go back to our color grading. Go ahead, keep this again somewhere blue. Oops. Add a little bit more blue to this. My bad. Put a little white lights here and definitely add some more oranges into there. Okay, and again, I do want to pull the saturation just a little bit more down. Again, with our radial filter, we know where we want to be looking. Horizontally though. Okay. What I'm gonna actually go and do here is go here. And I'm actually gonna go darken things here, okay? I'm actually gonna go here, take our brush, and we're gonna go ahead and erase some of this. Maybe right here. Because we want to be able to see the like sign. That is the main purpose of this image. So make it darker, right? That's sitting there. If we push O, you can kind of see where it is. Okay, so that's where that's residing. Okay, I'm kind of liking this at a -0.8. Oops, -0.8. Let's keep that nice and round. Not that it has to be, not that it has to be. And I think actually what I'm gonna do is gonna come in here and I'm actually gonna bring in some lights because that's where all of our lights come in. Go ahead and add more to that. Fantastic. Okay, I think again, just a little bit more brightness to this picture. Right here. Add some more to our blues and our shadows. And come over here. I'm gonna go back down to calibration, pull some of these greens out. I feel like there's still so much green in this photo. Okay, and let's go back to our hue and play with this one more time because I do want to make the sign as green as it should be. Go back in here and change this. It's actually covering and doing a little bit too much on there, on that side, and it looks kind of funky. I think adjusting it more like that would make more sense. And this isn't looking too bad for me. We want to kind of move away from these greens, a little green for me. Okay, push it to be a little bit more blue. And I actually don't believe that this is actually seeing it as green. It sees it as aqua. So literally no greens in that picture. No greens. And we're gonna come in here and make sure that there is light in here, but just not too much. Just not too much. Just a little light. I need color. Just not too much. Okay. I'll always push that over to green because the sign should be green. More over something like that as well. Okay, and we don't want to go too crazy with this. Okay, perfect. Looking good, looking good. And I think that some bunch of small tweaks here and there. I think with that red right there, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take some of that out there. There's quite a bit in there, but I think that it's nice to have in there. We know that it's there. Okay, awesome. This is looking fantastic to me. I love this. It's a pretty interesting photo. Looking pretty neat to me. I think actually the shadows, bring that up just a bit, just a tad bits. I want to keep our gradient chilling there. Cool, I like this. And I think that this is probably where I'm gonna leave this. I have already spent an immense amount of time editing these photos. I thought I was gonna get these in under 15 minutes, but that's not happening. But let's continue here. I feel like this is something that should be watched in like ×3 speed or something like that. Okay, I'm actually really liking this one, 18 here, okay? Let's not make things too complicated. Let's make sure that things are straight. It's actually already decently straight to me. I'm enjoying that. This needs to be dealt with. I'm not enjoying that in the picture. Let's go ahead and bring some light into the picture. And I think, actually, I do want to pull in just a tad bit here. Just a tad bit. And I think that I'd also like to push it. I'd almost, I think, would be, let's start over here. Let's start over. Let's start over. Almost like it's a nice half. Okay, that's what I'm digging. Okay, I'm liking that. We are gonna pull these lights down so we can pull these shadows up that actually push these lights up, because this wall is not the most friendly wall. Friendly looking wall. Looks this bad. Keep these dark here. This is a little much on the clarity side. Again, let's kill a lot of our saturation here, but bring up our luminance here. Or vibrance, sorry. And let's go play with our colors quick. There is a purple here, bluish color that I'm not enjoying one bit, but what I do want to keep is our oranges, our reds, our yellows. Those are nice. Let's keep those in the image. And okay, fine, we'll keep just a hint of blue there. Just a hint of blue because it is, I think, a little bit distracting for this image. Go ahead and bring those colors. Those are oranges sitting over there. Okay, I am being a little bit disorganized, but let's go over to our tone curve. I apologize for being a little bit unorganized, for going around and everything. It's just the way that my brain is thinking. I want to touch this, and then I want to touch that, and then I want to play with this, and then I want to see what this does, and goes on and on and on. But anyways, this is looking phenomenal. I'm liking this. Now, am I the best at what I do? No. Am I trying to be better at what I do? You bet. No, just, you know what? I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna add blue in, but it's gonna be in the shade. It's gonna be in our color grading here. This is what we're enjoying to do. Yeah, you wanna add just, oh, it's a lot of blue, but we're gonna come in here, do some counteracting. We're gonna keep that hue there. We're just gonna, no, we don't want that. That's a little much on my side. Just a tad bit there. That's actually quite a bit. We're gonna pull away from there. Keep it at 23. I'm not all about the rounding numbers off. The 35, I think that's a little much. I think that's just a tad bit much. Oops, 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 oops. Let's not change that. Let's go over here and be 20. Let's try 20. That's looking better. I like that a lot better. And I think what we're going to do is help bring us closer to this. We want to be closer, you want to bring attention here on that. That's what's looking good, but we don't want to go too crazy. You just don't want too much going on. We don't want too much going on. Okay, the next thing that I have to do that is the most distracting thing is deal with this. So we'll come back, that thing's gone, we never knew it was there. I'm really wondering is, I think I really want to take away a lot of this color here. You can go with things being vibrant. Okay, let's see, there is a color in here. It's a greenish, orangish color. Interesting. Let's add that in. Let's add just a hair of it, just a hair of it. And if we do look in here, so we're really making this picture brighter than it is. So what we're actually going to do is actually fall back into this picture being as dark as it's supposed to be. Let's fall back because there is grain that I'm getting out of this and I don't want it to be too insane here. So let's go ahead and actually pull away and do this. Instead of darkening our image, we're going to, well, brighten our image. Ain't that something, huh? Ain't that something? Okay, I even want to go down here and I do want to help with some of this noise here. We are going to help along with this because there is a bit much there. This is the most annoying part. This is bothering me so much. Friends, we have to do something about this. Oh my gosh, just put something better there. Anything is better than that. Oh, not that. This, I will accept this. See this? Oh, this is so much better. Oh my, oh dear. Okay, cool. This is totally fixable. This is totally fixable. Small things make big differences. Yeah. Better. Okay, cool. Let's get rid of these little stupid specks. Amazing. Amazeballs. Cool. Amazeballs. Great. I love this. This looks sick. What I think we need, a gradient filter of lights. No, we're gonna go 0.3. Let's add some light. Fantastic. I'm liking this. This is looking kind of sick. I think, no. I don't want our darks to be too much. Oh. My bad. I clicked a button on my mouse. No good. No go. Yeah, something like that. I'm liking something like that. I'm actually think I'm gonna bring in one more here. It's not gonna be too heavy. Nothing too heavy. I think I'm actually gonna pull it way out there. Take our brush, just erase. Just a little bit. Okay. That's our image. Amazing. I actually want to go back over to my clarity, and I think I am actually gonna push this up just a tad bit more because I did make my image darker, but we just don't want to go too insane here. We don't want to go too insane here. It makes things look funky, tacky. I'm liking this. I think actually we're gonna go ahead and crop our image just a little bit more. Our floating lamppost out there. Make sure we keep this right in the center because it is this number and South Lake that we are looking at. Okay. Very nice. It doesn't look completely straight. I think this is the wrong way. I think I'm straightening two things. That's fine. We take this. I like this. Very good. Okay, cool. We're awesome. Now we're moving on. Cool. I think what I'm really liking is probably... Moody #1 right here. This one looks fantastic. This one looks fantastic. Okay, so first things first, let's add some lights. Let's do a little color correction here. Z to zoom in. Z to zoom in. Almost looks pretty correct, actually. Go ahead and change that. Okay. Changes my preset quite a bit there. Okay, it's just saying that it's more blue than what it is. That's fine. I gladly accept. Because it shouldn't look like that. I agree. Okay, this is already looking sick. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is just kill some of this saturation here. Add vibrance, but destroy saturation, okay? Because that's the theme. That's the theme for the day. That's the theme for today, okay? Well, the theme for today is also pushing our whites up, keeping our blacks down, and our shadows depends. I'm actually liking it really keeping our shadows dark here. It brings our attention to this donut. That donut. This is a sick donut. We're gonna keep it. Keep it right there. Keep it right there. That looks great. Our blacks, yeah, keep those down there. Oh yeah. Not too much fade. Not too much fade. Bring the lights up. Oh, not too much there. So the thing is that if we bring these lights up, we can we can also bring down our clarity, because clarity makes things brighter. And this is, less is more. Less is more. Less is more, ladies and gentlemen. Less is more. Okay, so I'm really liking these oranges here. I'm liking these colors. This orange is a little funky to me. I'm gonna go ahead and either make that, this needs to be more orange. This is a red, and I think that it should look red. Okay, again, I think we should come down here and pull away from that saturation, right? We know exactly what color that is, but I would like to pull away from those. Okay, we can add our luminance here because that is 100% there, and I like the luminance look. Awesome. It's like adding light to our image. The saturation there, I don't know if there's any yellow in this image. Is there any yellow in this image? There is. There's definitely yellow in this image. Okay, but it is on the donut, and I think that we are going to bring that down just a little bit. Let's click on our donut and find out what colors sit within this donut. It is an orange. So I'm cool with bringing those all down, and I'm cool with bringing this up because that is our donut. I don't believe that there are any blue, purple, or magentas in this. I doubt there's any aqua in this. No one cares. It's all about these 4 colors right there, and that seems to be all that we've been really dealing with. Okay, that looks fantastic. I think, though, that we need just a little bit of a crop. I'm also holding shift here to lock in, as opposed to not holding shift. We're at free. Okay, so hold shift there. I do want a part of this, but I do want to cut these wheels out. They're kind of annoying, and I do want to keep this thing right here on the left side because it tells us that there's something in the foreground. Okay, over here, I think this is fine. I think we can actually go ahead and pull away from those reds just a little bit here. Leaving these here, I definitely recommend people to play with these. These are super fun, and they definitely mess with your colors and change them and put them in interesting and beautiful ways. Okay, let's see. Noise reduction, pull this down just a tad bit. Pull it up, my bad. There is a little bit in there. I think we should help get rid of that. And I believe what I want to do, as always, isn't this interesting? Putting a radial filter on something that's already circular. I don't know, interesting to me. Okay, so obviously we don't want to invert. We're gonna go this way, and our circle definitely needs to be bigger. And we don't want to encroach too much on the donut. Not too much on the donut. I think that will do fine. Again, we have our lights. Maybe compensate for that. Add it, but not too much. Not too much. Not too much. We know where it's coming from, right? We know where the light's coming from. Okay. And just do a little rockadoo there. Do that. I don't know, because then we can go over here, pull our highlight down just a tad. No, we got to keep our whites. Okay, still holding whites for sure. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Dehaze. Dehazing in there. Take that away. Okay, we've changed almost everything. Oh, I think we need to go in here and go into our color grading. I think that this deserves some blue because that's kind of what we've been doing with all of our images, adding just a hint of blue, just a hint of blue into our images here, okay? And that actually adds some color onto our donut there, which is nice. This, again, we don't want too much of this. We don't want too much of that. Okay, let me see something. Would it make sense if we did that? Nah. We're gonna keep it nice and straight there. I do like that. Awesome, fantastic. Give me 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, we stopped recording. Ladies and gentlemen, we stopped recording and I didn't realize when that happened. I think that what we're gonna finish editing for you guys. I'm just gonna finish editing because my camera died. But anyways, that's this picture. We're gonna move on to our next picture here, our last picture here, our 5th and last picture. I think the first thing that we're gonna do is go ahead and crop this because that Honda, whatever that is bugging me quite a bit. We have our subject here, our biker. And we're gonna go with the Moody presets. These look fantastic on the day. I think I am feeling something. We're gonna go 13. Or 14. 15, 14. We'll start with 14. That's okay. Most of it will probably be changed. Okay, we're gonna add some light to this. I do want to add some contrast to this, but the biggest question is whether we want to see our manses or not. Okay, and I think I want to see our manses. We're gonna see them. Okay, I've decided. We want to see them. Okay, go ahead and do things here. Pull down our highlights here because it's blastingly bright. Go in here. Not be too crazy with that. Bring this up. You can see them are whites, right? That was our theme, right? Go ahead, lower our sharpness because that's also bringing a light into the picture. This doesn't need to be as sharp. And as always, we've been doing, lower that saturation, take that down. Not too much, not too much. Pull that vibrance up because we're being vibrant today. Let's go ahead and look in here. Now, go ahead and change our tone curve. And let's go ahead and crush our black, but we don't want to crush our blacks too hard there because there's not a lot in there. If we go too overboard with things, it will look definitely funky. Okay, go ahead and delete some of these control points. It's a little mint fresh and we don't need that. Definitely don't need that one. I'm enjoying that, I'm enjoying that, I'm enjoying that. Okay, let's go ahead and check out some of the colors that we did. Let's see, yellow. And greens, let's pull those down. Okay, he's wearing an orangish red color. Let's pull those down. Definitely this green, this aqua color. Let's take aqua out. I'm actually not being a big fan of that at all. Go ahead and bring some ornaments on him. Some on his arm on him. Maybe just a little less on the roads. Okay, so one big thing. This is actually what I do oftentimes on cars. I'm gonna go in here, make everything darker, as one would. And we're gonna go in here, get our brush. Oops, sorry, I wanna edit this one. We're gonna go to brush. Like we've been doing before, we're gonna go ahead and brush it out. Because again, we still wanna see him because he is our subject. That's what's important to us. Our biker. Okay. Nice. Doesn't need to be anything special. It's not too crazy. It's not too insane. Okay. Now we can go ahead and bring a little bit more life to our shadows. Don't kill our blacks as much. Run over here. What I'd like to do is pull out a little bit of this noise reduction. Pull in some of this noise reduction because he's probably going to be pretty noisy if we look heavier. He's noisy looking, but that's okay. Nothing too crazy. We're far away from him. That is okay. Okay. I'm loving this. This is looking decent to me. Again, there's not really any blues. There's a couple blues, not too much though. Those are sitting in this sign. We don't really care too much about those. So our signs and then our blues, literally just at the bottom of the shop. We can go ahead and take that out. Hey, just a tad bit of this aqua, not a big deal to me. We'll keep them because they're signs. We'll keep them a little bit lighter. There is no purples and no magentas in this picture either. Okay, so most of this is looking decent. I think I do want to come here and maybe just take this picture and make it a tad bit darker. Go and bring our limits over here and see if we can bring some of this down, because it's looking really bright to me and I think we can help with that. Fantastic. A radial filter. Radial filter on our lenses already. I think we should just go just a tad bit darker there. Or, let's actually do this. Actually do this. Okay, we're actually gonna go ahead and add some lights in him actually. And in that way we can bring a lot more attention to him, and therefore our shadows don't have to be so intense. They just don't have to be as intense. And definitely we will see our biker. Fantastic, I'm liking that quite a bit. Okay, we have a radial filter. We do have gradients on here. Always add these things. They always add just a little bit more to a picture. It's always looking good. Oh, let's go down to our color grading. Obviously we don't want oranges in there. We want our blues like we've been doing. Just a hint, not too much, not too much. Just a tad bit, nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy. And just a subtleness there. Very, very subtly add some color to that picture. And I think that is where we're gonna stop with that, because this is looking pretty cool to me. If anything, actually, I think I'm gonna come in here with this. We'll go ahead and go a little bit more crazy with this. What we can go ahead and do is make our image just a tad bit darker. Okay, because I'm liking that. And that's not looking half bad. I think also what we can do is go ahead and just pull a little bit more color out of our entire image here. Sorry, actually going back into our greens. We don't want to get too crazy. Pull this ever so slightly down because our greens are so much. Okay, cool. This is looking good to me. This is looking good to me. Yeah, cool. I like that. Fantastic. Cool beans. Alrighty here. And that is that. Whew, that took a lot longer than I thought it was gonna take, but that's okay. And I think we're just gonna stop there, cut it. We can definitely add things, make things better a little bit further down the line. Definitely cut this and keep moving on here. Sick boys.